Hey guys, so another Game of Thrones trailer has come out. Well, this one's a promo, it's a teaser, still 30-second clip. Basically everything inside it is already rehashed, it's already been used in the other trailers. There's not really much to talk about. Unless you guys enjoyed the last one, so I'm going to do another one. But basically what I do is I talk through what I see, I give predictions and stuff like that based on what I witness. I try to explain it in whatever I can. And yes, this is spoilers. I'll be watching the trailer and pausing as I go along, commenting on individual clips, and for this video I'll just upload various pictures, screenshots to go along as the video goes, because uploading a trailer is just blatant copyright. So yes, let me just work down my volume and here we go. So first off, of course, it's opening in Castle Black, the usual. Oh look, there's Jon, he's dead. Whatever. Tyrion, and it's just another shot of Tyrion in Marine, but this is the first one that comes up. At the 5-second mark, you have the Tower of Joy again. Now, this is a lot more interesting to me because, of course, the Tower of Joy is badass, but there is 2 Kingsguard. We know that the Tower of Joy has 3 Kingsguard against 7 Northmen. There is quite clearly 2 Kingsguard here. Maybe there's a third out of shot, but I can only see 2, and I'll be very disappointed if they only show 2 guys. Now, these are the 2 guys we've seen already before in the other shots. The guy on the left is the guy on the second trailer shot, which you see him stabbing. You can quite clearly tell it's him by the skin complexion, the scruff of the beard, etc. I'm going to go ahead and assume that's as well. The other guy with 2 swords, now he's the guy from the original trailer where you see him fighting 3 guys, kicking a bit of ass, and he's got the 2 swords, so he's obviously that guy. So the 2 trailers did not show the same guy, so we know there's definitely more than one. We know there's definitely at least 2 because this shot's right here, and he's having his 2 swords. I'm going to go ahead and have a shot in the dark, say this is Arthur Dane on the right. Darker complexion equals Dornish. Now, obviously, yes, I know he was a Dane. Danes are white with white hair, yada yada. Yeah, I don't think the show's really going to go in depth for that kind of thing. They're gonna just have a Dornishman and have him brown because it's just the show. The show's more aimed towards the casual viewers, and the casual viewers might not be able to engage within 5 seconds worth of intro that maybe some Dornishmen aren't of that complexion, as the only Dornishman we've seen is really Oberyn and a few guys turning up at King's Landing for the wedding, and a few others just chilling about while we had the Sand Snake scenes. But yeah, that's I really hope there is more than 2. If there's only 2 Kingsguard at Tower of Joy, I'll be quite annoyed. But where would Reggie Hightower be? He's obviously the older man. I thought he'd be at the front with these 2 behind him, but no. Also looks a bit close, like assuming that's Ned on the left. That is very close to the guys where you saw in the other promos. They were quite far away when they all dipped their swords out. These guys are doing it right here. Unless that's Hightower there, but I mean, actually, that I might be onto something. They have similar sort of gloves. They have the same color bottoms. You can't tell whether that's stark leather or not. Maybe he's just turning around to his men like, "Hey, get your shit together, we're about to have a fight." There's another shot of Night's King with all his whites armies. You know something big's going to happen with them. We've seen the usual shots, the whites behind the White Walkers. Now the Night's King looks a lot different. These trailers, I don't know what it is about him. It just looks a lot less. It'd be a way I'll describe it. His horns look a bit more stupid. The face looks a bit more. Maybe it's just lighting, but whatever. Yeah, something big's going to happen. I don't think he's got the horn of winter. Is it horn of winter? A few other guys doing trailer background breakdowns were pointing out the thing on his back, saying, "Hey, look, he's got a horn of winter. He's going to bring down the wall." No, I think if you look at it closely and compare it to the other shots where he is swinging his sword, I think that is his sword. You can see in one of the things he's swinging a slightly curved sword, and I think that's why it looked like the horn on his back. But yeah. Let's just go through a few series of other shots. Now, there is the shot around the 7-second mark. So, yeah, 7-second mark. 2 things happen on the 7-second mark. You get to see Sansa obviously hiding, just yada yada. She's going to be running away from the Boltons. That's kind of obvious by now. And then you get the ships. Ships going through a thunderstorm. Now, there's 2 options when you got ships. You've either got the Greyjoy fleet, which I think is the option. I think Yara's going to be taking over Victarion and going over to the Free Cities. Or you got Stannis' fleet. Because there is a big, big plot hole if nothing happens to Stannis' fleet. Like, where is Stannis' fleet? He had a massive fleet. What's it doing? Yeah, that'd be interesting. A fun storm. That's kind of cool. Oh, this is another one which gained another bit of interest. On the 8-second mark here, you can see that it is Jaime in with his daughter and the High Sparrow, and of course there's a whole spill blood in this place. Go spill more blood than the rest of us. But you can actually see these guys are surrounding Jaime. So if Jaime were to spill blood, it would be a self-defense. So what I'm going to gauge here is that the High Sparrow is going to try and use his he's going to use diplomacy. When you see all the Tyrell soldiers out front, I reckon he's going to use diplomacy to get Jaime inside for talks, and then from there he's going to try and imprison Jaime in this way. And he's going to use the whole "you'll spill blood in the holy place" to try and not get him to fight his way out of it. Something like that. I don't know, but I sure hope they don't try and imprison Jaime. But even then, if they do, we've already seen him in the Riverlands with Lannister armor on, which is obviously post Kingsguard, but yeah. More shots of the Boltons doing their thing, another shot of Arya, and what was that? At the 12-second mark, you can see Daenerys getting whipped, a bit kinky. These horse fellas were in for a bit of redemption if they're going to treat her like that when the old dragon comes along. Of course, Arya now, not Arya, what's her name? Illyria. On the Illyria shots at 13 seconds, you see the bald man in the background. I'm curious to who he is, because I don't think that's the same actor as Doran. It looks nothing like him. He doesn't have hair. So who is this guy? Another Dornishman? Is he of worth? Is he just a random extra? Because he's quite blurred out. Illyria obviously looks a bit upset, like she's just been having some bad news. You can have a look at her eyes. If you look, it looks like she's looking down. So I'm guessing this is the scene where Doran sentences her. She's going to die. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. More harpies, more of these guys, and another shot, the same shot of the Bolton Wildling fight. Don't really need to comment on that again, but here we have something new again on these 17 seconds. Bran is looking at a weirwood tree beyond the wall. That is a weirwood tree, I'm pretty sure, and it has all these runes around it, so I'm guessing it's something ceremonial. Now, we've already seen where he gets greeted by the Night's King here, but we got to know why. Why is Bran envisioning this? You know it's a vision because Bran is walking. Bran can't walk, he's crippled, so he's obviously having a vision where he can walk. But what has drawn him to this place? That's what I want to know. This is a weirwood, it's surrounded by rune stones. I'm assuming rune stones is some sort of ceremonial thing. I reckon on this scene, what we're going to see is Bran finding out what happens to the Cresta children or whatever, and how the White Walkers. We're going to learn about the White Walkers' culture here, and it's going to be something which makes us sympathise with them as if they're not wholly evil. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something like that, but let's just continue going. Same old thing, same old scene. What's her name? Miss Sandra getting her boobs out, which is very, very good. And it's just the old finishing promo shots. The wait is over, yada yada. And that's the outro of it. See, like I said, there's not really much going on this time. I don't know how on earth I've managed to get a 30-second advert to go into 9 minutes. But whatever. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've put a link to this down in the description. There was not really anything new to talk about. But for me, it's more about practicing what I'm doing here. I want to do after episode reviews and such, so this is good practice for me. And despite there only being one or two new little things to talk about, I've enjoyed it. And hopefully you guys have got on with that. But yes, I'll see you guys in the next one when the next one comes out. Or if there is a next one, otherwise it'll be on to episode 1. I'll see you then. Bye bye.